Kabrutus has to be one of the dumbest people we've encountered over the last few years when it comes to like this Gamergate, Goonergate stuff. It's just one of the dumbest people. And the statement he makes here on Twitter makes me wonder if these people even understand the plot anymore. And I'm not talking about our plot. I'm talking about any plot whatsoever. So Oblivion Remastered was getting bashed by these guys because it was body types 1 and 2. They just had them labeled 1 and 2. And they got so upset about this that they started having a tantrum online because this is what these a bunch of children. There's a bunch of children. And so someone made a mod that said male and female instead of 1 or 2. And it was, I guess it was banned. I'm seeing a lot of conflicting reports on what was actually happening, but let's go with the fact that it was banned, right? Because that's what they're saying. So let's just go with that. Because it doesn't matter with the point that I'm making in this video. So Kabrutus here says Nexus mods ban mods that turn type 1-2 back to male female in Oblivion Remastered. Massive shitstorm ensues. People start boycotting Nexus, which again, what does that even mean? Canceling their premium and moving to other sites. Nexus caves in, allows the male-female mod. Now it's the #1 trending mod for Oblivion Remastered. So let's just talk about what the issue is here with these guys. So they need gender labeled because I guess they don't know the difference between a man and a woman unless it's right in front of their faces. This is the same community that's like, you can always tell when it's a trans woman or a trans man because you just know, you can tell the difference between a man and a woman just from the way they look. But in this video game, they're so triggered by the numbers 1 and 2 that they need, like labeling pronouns in bio, they need labels on man and woman, male and female. They need these labels. Again, this is the same community that doesn't like it when you label things. Like I said, pronouns in bio, or like what your sexuality is, what your gender is in your bio. But on this game, they need it in black and white in front of their faces. So there's no doubt that the pixelated things on your screen are gendered correctly. The video game characters in front of you have to have a gender assigned to them because they're not real. They're not real. They're pixels. But these guys who seem so hell-bent on making a mountain out of a molehill feel the need to get outraged about everything under the sun. Again, as we get further and further away from the wokeness in the world, they're losing their shit to try and figure out how to keep the outrage growing. Let's read some of the comments under Kabrutus' actual Twitter post. Here it says, you guys are really a very loud minority. 16K people downloaded it, dude, out of the 170K on Steam and who knows how many on PC Games Pass. You guys are problematic and fucking annoying. What you say means shit. You're not fighting a fight. You're just being loud. I agree, 100%. Imagine caring about this one thing you see for literal seconds. Genuine question. Why does it matter if it says type 1, type 2, or male, female? I didn't even notice the change because of how trivial it is. I will never understand how other heterosexual people feel so threatened and insecure of their own sexuality because a video game says body type. Like, I think the whole body type is unnecessary, but I'm going to be a cringe lord and install a mod to replace 2 words. Wait a minute, I don't get it. Why not boycott Bethesda then? Here we go. That's good, because I really couldn't play the game until they allowed this mod. I barely even slept the first night after loading the game up. It was eating me alive. I was just devastated that the screen even existed. Thankfully, everything's good now. We can move forward. Why does it say body type? It should say gender. Dude paid for Nexus? I don't understand how basic biological terms can be offensive. It's not the terms that are offensive. It's the outrage over it. It's the people getting mad about something so stupid and silly. And the comments, if you scroll down, the vast majority of people are just roasting Kabrutus because this is absolutely dumb. And so for me, I look at this and I say, this is where we're at. Actually, this doesn't even make me angry because it shows, again, desperation. I'm going to be using that word a lot this year from these guys. Desperation is a big problem. They're so upset about stuff like this. They're so mad about it. More like fake mad. They're fake mad about it because they have to be, because they need to keep turning over clicks and stuff like that. And even that's falling apart. As we looked the other day in a couple of my videos, I showed that these channels are seeing smaller growth than they did last year. Some of them are actually seeing negative. They're declining. There is no growth left. I can't wait to make those videos. But the reality is that these guys complain about wokeness, but they only exist because of wokeness. They're a symbiotic portion of wokeness. They're a parasite on wokeness because wokeness supplies them with their entire platform. They're more concerned. This is what I noticed the other day. A lot of these guys are more concerned with issues like trans things, gay things. They're more concerned with these issues than even our community is. They're more tuned into it than even our community is. I would say that these guys probably think about trans shit and gay shit more than I do, more than my community does. It's probably on their mind even more than it is on my mind. And I sleep with men. So, I mean, take that for what it is. But yeah, this is ridiculous. I honestly hope that more companies do this. Just replace things with basic interfaces so these guys have to get mad and spend time modding things. Not making something better. Like, the mods aren't actually making things better. They're doing performative virtue signaling. So that's where we're at. Like, they're changing words. A whole mod just to change some words on a screen. Super pressed, super insecure, super threatened, and laughably pathetic.